so happy that your relationship with your daughter has improved. Well, good evening again, everyone. So glad to see all of you. This is Dr. Janice Hooker Fortman, and this is part 2 of Relationship Matters as far as taking care of your body is concerned. Our last show, we talked about nutrition, and we talked about how to take care of your skin. Tonight, we're going to talk about how to take care of our physical bodies, how to keep in shape, how to get some muscles, how to tone up, and how to be physically fit during this new normal. Tonight, I have 3 awesome guests. I have a Pilates instructor extraordinaire. I have my own personal trainer, and then I have an IBFF pro body builder. Stay tuned because you're going to get all kinds of expert advice, and when we finish with this show, you're going to be motivated to either get on that treadmill or lift those weights or do some Pilates. So I want to bring my first guest on, and this is Coach Robin Renee.
Hello.
Hi, Robin. Hi, Coach Robin. How are you this evening?
I am well. How are you?
I am doing great. I'm going to introduce you. I got a whole bio here, and I got to read all of it. So, Coach Robin Renee is a certified fitness trainer, proprietress of Alpha to Omega Holistic Therapeutic Services. She provides wellness education, mindful movement guidance, and adventure therapy. She has been a fitness enthusiast since childhood and a wellness professional since 1989. She has education and professional experience in social services, mental health, domestic violence counseling, addiction treatment, fitness, wilderness medicine, and outdoor adventures leadership. And what she does, she helps people realize their own potential for helping themselves. And she, as I said, she is Pilates instructor extraordinaire. So tell me, Robin, how long have you been doing Pilates and what made you start doing Pilates?
I've been doing Pilates probably at least 10 years. What made me start doing it, well, doing it more was because as you get older, your body changes a lot more. Also, there's an excitement about Pilates, about seeing what your body can do. There are levels to it. So at one point, there are some things that your body is like, we're not going to do that today. And then when you work on it a little bit more and then see how far you've come, Pilates is that one-stop shop. It can be cardio, it can be strength training, it can be flexibility, it can be coordination, mind body connection, helping you with your breathing to balance your breathing, and just to be able to de-stress. So I love it. It's a one-stop shop.
Oh, okay. All right. So it says here you're certified. How long did it take you to get certified, and what goes into being a certified Pilates instructor?
Well, the process varies. It depends on if you're doing like Pilates apparatus or Pilates mat. So I started off with mat. I'm now adding in the apparatus, which would be the reformer. So it's an ongoing process. There's self practice hours that you have to complete. There's assistant teaching hours that you have to complete. There are tests that you have to complete, projects you have to complete. I mean, it's some people thousands of hours. It all depends on how long, on which process you want to go
Wow. And I saw a whole bunch of letters behind your name.
through.
And I'm like, okay, so I do want to ask you this question. It says something about adventure. What is that?
So
Adventure therapy.
Adventure therapy is action. It's action. There are things and activities that take you outside of your comfort zone to either overcome some things that you may have apprehensions about, or just to learn something new. Sometimes people want that extra bit of excitement in their life, or that extra push to say, oh, this is something I can do. I just didn't know that I had it. So it could be in the form of skydiving, bungee jumping, camping, zip lining, horseback riding, skating, swimming, bike riding. It can be because everybody's adventure can be different. So I like to do all kinds of things, and then to take people outside of their comfort zone to show them that they can do it.
Okay. So I don't know if I could bungee jump at all, and I definitely know that I cannot jump out of an airplane. So how would you convince me to do any of that?
I wouldn't.
How does that work?
I wouldn't
Okay.
try to convince you to do anything. So say for instance that there's something that if I'm hosting, like I host events, different, pre-COVID, I would host different events. If that's your cup of tea, then you come along with us. I don't think everything is for everybody. And I say that a lot. Everything ain't for everybody. So don't try and get out and do something that's not for you. If it's not for you, if it is for you or you think it's for you, what I can do is to help you to navigate those new waters, those uncharted waters that you may have. I can help you to navigate that, but I'm not going to try and convince you to do something.
Okay, so now what I would like you to do, I've never done Pilates, but I see the mat behind you. So could you show us maybe one simple Pilates move that we could do at home that we don't have to come to you to do, but that we could just maybe do at home?
Okay, gotcha. So what I can do is it's called the leg pull, but most people know the base, the foundation of the leg pull as a plank. So I'm going to walk you through it. You start off in a plank with the leg pull.
A plank?
You start off in a plank. So it's called the leg pull front. The leg pull front.
Okay.
Okay. So, and then remember I told you there's modifications though. There are levels to it. So this is a leg pull front. You're going to start off in a plank position, making sure that your body is in alignment. In the plank position, you'll start off lifting one leg. You can lift one leg. You can alternate lifting your legs. You can also lift in the flex position, point, and press back on the opposite leg, flex and down, flex, point, press back on the opposite. Now, if you need to, you can always come down to your knees to do the leg pull. And you would just lift, same thing. You would just lift. And that's something that you can do at home. You don't need any equipment to do it.
And what part of the body is that? I know about planks because I can do a plank for maybe 30 seconds. So,
That's a one-stop shop. Again, it's a one-stop shop. So you got the shoulders activated, right? You got your biceps, your triceps activated. You're activating your pectoral muscles. You're activating your glutes. You got to keep those hips up. You're activating your quads, your hamstrings. You're stretching your calves. You're taking it all the way down. That's a one-stop shop.
so I'm going to tell everybody they need to go to your Facebook page, because I went on your Facebook page and I saw some videos of some of the, I guess, what do you call them, poses, or you call them exercises, or what do you call them?
Shenanigans. Shenanigans. You saw shenanigans?
Shenanigans. Okay. And I saw some of your shenanigans, and I tried a couple of them. And I think I'm
Right.
going to try some more, especially with those planks. But I wish my personal trainer had been on here, because you know what? He'll probably say, "Oh, you know what? I think I'm going to add that."
Yeah,
But
well, you
thank
know
you
what?
so much, Robin.
I welcome people. I welcome you to go to my page, and there's an album that I have there, and it's called Move Something Monday 2020. If you look for that on my page, it has the exercises, all of the Pilates moves on the mat. The album is called Move Something Monday 2020. And you just click on any video and you'll see all of the exercises there.
Well, thank you so much, Robin. I'm going to bring you a little back a little later, so don't go away. Just go to the green room, and have some refreshments. And so we'll see you a little later.
All righty, peace.
All righty. Okay. All righty. So what we need to do is we have sponsors, and we're going to go to a little commercial. So we'll be right back. Don't move. All right, so now I'm adding my own personal trainer. Now, let me tell you something about Reverend Mike Jones. What can I say? He takes no mercy on me. Now I am a senior citizen, and I have to remind him of that all the time, because he expects me to do what younger people do. But Reverend, I am so happy to see you this evening outside of the gym.
In other words,
how are you this evening?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. And you can do a plank for
So
at least a minute and a half.
Okay. All right. Yes, I can. So Reverend Mike Jones is the owner and founder of Bodies by Design Gym. He works with people who are handicapped, who have health issues like sickle cell, lupus, diabetes, and as I said earlier, he works with senior citizens. And he does this while being a full-time pastor at Greater Rock of Ages Baptist Church. Well, I want to ask you, Mike, what made you become a personal trainer?
I've been in this business for the longest, seems like, but what made me become a personal trainer? I played semi-pro football after I got out of college, and just keeping myself in shape. And then I went into bodybuilding and what have you. So I said, hey, I might as well do this as a living part time.
Okay. Okay. And so how long you been doing it for how long now?
I've been a personal trainer, certified personal trainer for 38 years.
Wow, that's a long time. That's a long
It
time.
is.
You know what I've always been curious about is how do you, I know when we work out, you always tell us to do things in threes. And
Yes.
does that connect with religion in a sense?
Yes, it does.
So
Yes,
how
it
does
does.
it?
In the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. You
Oh,
know, you
okay.
okay?
Okay.
You
Okay.
can tell your
And so
you can tell your body to do something. I'm
uh,
sorry, it was I was saying you can tell your body to do something, but you have to believe it up here before it'll act out down there.
okay. All right. So tell me something else. How often do you think a person should exercise? Uh, every day of the week?
Well, you walk every day of the week, so you can, but I recommend only 3 times a week, no less than
Three times?
two. Yeah.
And to do what? Is it just weight training or what?
No, I prefer doing the cross training because it incorporates cardio, it incorporates strength training, it incorporates the core. It also incorporates a mindset because you form a regimen.
Oh, okay. All right. And I know now because of COVID-19, your gym is closed. And so what we have been doing, we're exercising outside, and we're
Yes.
doing a walk around a park. And what else are we doing? We're doing a walk around the park, and then you have us doing some crunches and some a little aerobics and some, I guess you would call it strength training.
Yes.
Now, when you're at home, we're not in the gym. I'm gonna show something right quick here that I want people. How much weight was that I'm pulling?
If I'm not mistaken, at that time you were doing 40 pounds.
40 pounds. Okay.
Yes.
And I was doing three, he tells me 3 sets of 12, but I was doing 3 sets of 15.
Yeah, she was trying to show off.
Well, and I'm going to show people one more thing because and the reason why I'm showing this is because I am a real senior citizen. And I want people to know that it doesn't matter. You don't have to be young, um, and but you can be a senior citizen and you can still work out and keep yourself healthy, keep your body healthy, keep your body moving. Something else I'm showing off tonight, so I'm going to show this. And like he always tells me, when I finish, I toss those ropes down.
Yep.
And so, okay, so the first exercise I was doing with the pull downs, that was working what?
That works your upper back and your sides. Your lat pulls down. When you're pulling down, you're working your back.
Okay,
It helps to keep the joints and what have you moving in your back, but it also strengthens your back.
okay. And so with that rope that I always threaten people, if I had some little razor blades in my gloves, that I could be doing that and cutting them, you know, so whenever we would go back. they would just fall apart. But anyway, so what does that do?
Well, with the rope, the exercise that you were doing with the rope works your arms and your shoulders. It
Mm-hmm.
works your forearms also, because I had you doing it as though you were almost turning double dutch. So it works your forearms, it works your shoulders, it works your upper back, and because you're in a bent position, it works your core because you have to hold that still enough in order to do the rope. That's a heavy rope, and that particular one weighs about 25 to 30 pounds.
Okay, all right. Now that we can't go to the gym, and after a while, we won't really be able to go outside, around the park because it's going to be too cold. What do you suggest that people do at home? What are some of the simple things people can do at home? Number one, if they don't have equipment, but number two, because they can't go out, but they want to keep physically fit. What are some of the things that they can do at home?
Okay. Uh, there's a couple of things to get your cardio up or your heart rate going. A lot of people, oh, I'm not going to go outside and walk. I don't feel like walking or running or this, that, and the other. In between commercials as you're watching TV, get towards
Okay.
the end of the couch or chair that you're sitting in, and you lift
Okay.
your knees up and march in place. Okay, keep your back straight, lift your knees up and march in place. If you do that between episodes of whatever you're watching, say you have 4 commercials there, do each commercial do that. The
Okay.
other thing that people can do, if you don't have any weights, especially young ladies, get 2 16-ounce cans of whatever, and you can do arm curls with them, or you can do what we call kickbacks. You all talk about having Obama arms, where you go straight back with it like that. So you can do kickbacks with them. You can do arm curls. You can do chest because hold it up in front of your chest like this and bring it out like that.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
and that works your chest and it gets your upper back right in the shoulder blades, where a lot of women have trouble sometimes as you become more mature. Your shoulder blades start hurting, what have you, because your purse was too heavy. So when you're doing this, you're strengthening your back as well as expanding your chest to lift your chest up.
Oh, okay. All right. And so after I, or we won't be able to work out. Okay, that's very good. That's very good. I think I will try and do that. Now, I have one other question I want to ask you.
A word when you say that.
Why is it that you don't give me the senior citizens discount when it comes to I don't mean money. I mean when it comes to doing reps and stuff like that. Because now wait a minute. There is a comment that I see on Facebook, and it's from
Mm-hmm.
someone who used to work out with us, and that's Liz Martis.
Mm-hmm.
And she says that I was showing off. She used to call me Herculetta. And
Right.
she said I was showing off. And then she told me to stop talking about senior citizens, but she's a senior citizen too. But that's what I want to know. Why is it that I'm a senior citizen, and I'm going to keep saying that? Now, I can say it, you can't say it. But don't
Oh,
you
okay.
think that senior citizens shouldn't have to do as much as younger people?
Most senior citizens, but you have to understand, you're you're not the only one. I'm a senior citizen also. Okay, so but with you, since you since you were telling on yourself or bragging on yourself or showing off, you while we were in the gym one day bench pressed more weight than a gentleman that weighed twice your size could do. You laid up there on that bench and bench pressed 165 pounds, and he couldn't get it off his chest. So you might be a senior citizen, but you're not senior. So
Okay,
no, I
so
do not take no prisoners with you.
Okay, all righty. And Sandy Barnes Ennis says she's going to the store right now to get her some 16-ounce cans of beans.
Okay.
Okay, so you have
All right.
you have inspired us. Laverne Harris, who she says hi, Mike.
Hi, Laverne.
Oh, that's Lauren Harris. It says hi.
Oh,
You know, Lauren.
Lauren. Okay.
Did you ever meet? I think you did meet Lauren.
Yes, I did.
He says hi, and Laverne Martin says hello.
Hi, Laverne.
Yeah, Laverne also used to work out with us, and we're hoping that one day we'll be able to come back. And let's see what else. Yeah, Maxine Walker,
Hi,
who
Max.
is yes, uh, she talks about planks. Maxine can also do planks. As a matter of fact, I have something that I'm going to show here as far as having a personal trainer. Number one, is if you can, it would be great because a personal trainer really helps you. But I'm going to show you something that everyone that I hope it'll come on. There she
It's
is,
on. It's on. Yeah.
Steve Walker, and she's also a senior citizen. So let's see. She does very well. But Mike, I want to thank you just for this particular section. What I'm going to do, I'm going to come back. We're going to come back, and after a brief commercial, and the next person that I'm going to bring on. Oh my God. She is I got something else that I want to show you about Maxine. What else is this? Something else. Oh, no, this is me. I'm bragging again.
With the dumbbells.
Yes, I'm bragging again. And then, so people are going to say, this is all you did was talk about you. Yes,
The
I
rubber
am.
band.
Yeah, I just want people to know that what you need to do, you need to work out. You need to work out.
Keep moving.
So, yes, keep moving, keep moving. So, what I would like to do now is go to a brief commercial. And after I come back from my brief commercial, we're going to talk with an IBFF pro bodybuilder. She's fantabulous. She's awesome. I don't know what all I can't say about her. So we'll be right back.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello.
Well, we're having some technical, hi, we are having some technical difficulties here. Everything seems to be going so, yeah, right. I'm still on there. Everything seems to be going so slow on my end as far as just, so people just give me a little slack here. I'm not understanding what's happening with this, that I can't get things out. Everything has been going extremely slow. My Facebook is going slow, and my studio is going slow. This is terrible. This is terrible. I can't get that out of there. Just hold on, people, please. This is terrible. I can't get that out. And now I hear a lot of noise. So what we're doing, people, we're trying to get everything out. Oh my gosh. I feel like isn't this something that it won't come out? Wow. There you go. Finally.
Hello.
Okay. Oh my God. So Marcy Simmons.
Hello.
Hi, Marcy. It's good to see you this evening.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, Marcy is our bodybuilder.
Lots of muscles. A few.
What?
A few muscles.
A
I'm kind of tired, but I still train hard. So, you can probably still see that I've lifted a few weights, a few. Yes. I've actually lifted millions of pounds of weights in my time, but we'll get to that.
All righty. So let me say a little bit about Marcy. Marcy is IFBB Pro bodybuilder, and that's the International Federation of Bodybuilding and Fitness. It's an international professional sports governing body for bodybuilding and fitness that oversees many of the sport's major international events, notably the World and Continental Championships. So now when the time comes and you get called up, which in this case means obtaining a pro card, you will arrive at the big leagues, which is the IFBB Pro League. And people, Marcy is in the big leagues.
Yes, I am.
So, Marcy.
Yes, ma'am.
Let me ask you just a few questions. How long have you been bodybuilding?
How long have I been bodybuilding? I want to say since I was probably 13 years old. Like I was bodybuilding before I even knew what bodybuilding was. When I was young, just as long as I can remember, I was always infatuated with picking up heavy stuff. And I was always good at picking up heavy stuff. I always had this build and I recognized the physicality. And I'm like, hey, I'm just as strong as these boys, if not stronger. And I always had some good weight on me, some good size, good built shoulders. Like I noticed that my body was built. So I just was like, okay, let me use this to my advantage, just because it was fun and also because, I'm competitive, and it made other people feel real impressed and just kind of like, something about her, so it was just something that just always been like that. So I'm 37 now. Since I was a child, over 20 years, lifting weights and getting into it like that. In terms of I guess when I first started competition, it was when I was 27. I had went to a friend's competition to show them support. And when I was there and saw people on stage and their attitude and how they look, I'm like, oh my God, this is what I was meant to do. Because, like at a certain age, like when you're out of college, there's only so many things you can do competitively. You just kind of age out, right? So I did powerlifting, and I'm just like, I'm strong and bulky and I'm training at a pro level, but I'm not doing pro level competition. So I said, hey, let me do this because I look just as good as these people who are winning at the Olympiads. So I set to it and I made it happen. So like a fit like bodybuilding where I actually knew it was officially bodybuilding when I was 27. But in terms of like lifting weight and doing bodybuilding type training since I was 13, I was always like, I'm gonna pick up as much as I possibly can because I can. And then I want to pick up more.
Okay. Wow.
Yes.
So how often do you train? Is it every day, all day, or how does that work?
When I was on the pro level, like actively competing at that level, I actually did work out every day. But now I don't work out like that anymore because I'm not actively competing. I do want to compete again one day, but right now in terms of maintenance, that's loud. Go to the room. In terms of maintenance, I'm working out 4 to 5 days a week for about an hour, hour and a half.
Okay,
so I'm very regular in the gym, and I eat well, but I'm not super duper strict like 5 hours a day or just eating real meticulous. I'm like I try to eat clean, and I just make sure that I get full body workouts in most of the week. So 4 to 5 days a week, and I feel content with that.
Okay, all right. Yes. And so when you're doing that maintains your muscles and maintains your weight.
Yes, it does.
So becoming an IFBB pro.
Yes.
What does that take? What does it take? In other words, if I wanted to be a professional bodybuilder, what would I have to do?
You have to understand that it's going to take a tremendous sacrifice, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and financially. And you need a lot of support. Like, it's so much that you have to do when it comes to transforming your body. You need to have a good support system. Many athletes I know don't have a good support system, and they're still able to succeed. But you need to have balance too, because most people have families, they have jobs. But if you're like, hey, I need to dedicate 3 hours a day to training, a lot of times something's gonna give in terms of like not getting 100% attention like you probably would normally give it, like your child, or just maybe doing something for yourself to treat yourself. You have to realize like, hey, I have to put that to the side, or I have a husband or a child. I have to let them know this is what I'm going through, and I'm not going to be able to give them that type of time like that because I have to give the gym that type of time. So it's a lot of sacrifice and preparation. So if you want to become a professional bodybuilder, you have to definitely have in the mindset, hey, it's a big sacrifice. And then you have to plan. You have to say, hey, okay, this is where I'm at. You need to get an evaluation by a professional. This is what I look like. This is what I need to look like. Most of the training I did, I was, like I said, since 13 was training just for years. So I had just so much muscle built up. But at the level of being a professional bodybuilder, you need to be symmetrically balanced. You need to present yourself well in terms of like, the posing, and you have to look beautiful with the hair and your makeup. Everything has to look good so it can look good for you, right? So you need professionals to tighten you up and make sure that you're good so that when you're on stage, you're like 100% on point. Because like if you leave any sort of area out where you're not giving attention to 100%, that'll probably cost you first place. Because the people who are coming in first place, they have all the financial backing, they have all the support, they have the best makeup, the best hair, the best posing coaches, the best choreographers to put together the posing routine. Like, it's so many parts, and it's expensive. Like I said, you have to say that.
You were talking about finances, and if I'm not being too personal, how much money would a person really kind of have to have if they wanted to go on this journey, especially to be a pro and to get to be a champion?
I would say a show, like if you serious, like $10,000. $10,000.
Oh, wow.
If you're eating the way you need to eat the best foods are not cheap. Like, you can save, and get discounts here and there, but it's food, it's vitamins, it's water, seasons, just everything, like the supplements. It's so much, and all of that costs, it all adds up. Your grocery bills are ridiculous, like $700, $800. Then the vitamins, and if you hire a personal trainer or a bodybuilding coach, that's like $5,000 investment, just depending on how long you need. Like with me, like I know how to train because I've been a trainer, but how I would do it, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get myself ready. Now I'm gonna have somebody train me for like 2 months, and I'm gonna invest in that just to make sure I'm tightened up, but I did most of the hard work myself. The average person who doesn't know how to do any of that themselves, definitely for sure like a $10,000 investment. Out of your pocket, but there are people who get sponsors. There are people who start like campaigns, or they have their own business and already health and fitness, and because they have so many people that like them network wise, a lot of times they're able to fundraise and get that money if they don't really have it like that. So I'm like, there's different ways that the money can be generated, but let's just say if you don't have a rich husband or a wife, out of pocket at least $10,000. Like if you're not trying to like cut corners, $10,000, and it's probably even more.
Ooh, my goodness gracious.
Yeah, it costs. It's worth it though, because when you see your body transform, you're like, oh, I look good. I don't even look human. As a matter of fact, people think I'm a machine. People are afraid of me. I've heard it all. I've heard it all, but for the most part, I've gotten nothing but positive feedback from men and women like, hey, you inspire me. If I had just even a 1/10 of the energy and wherewithal that you have to get it together, I know I could lose these 10 pounds that I've been trying to lose for 20 years. And a lot of it's mental. You have to just make a commitment to yourself. Like, hey, this is what it is I want to do. And that's what I did. I'm like, hey, this is what I'm already doing because I love it, because I'm passionate about it. It just makes me feel good knowing that, I'm good at what I do in the gym, and that, I'm always in the books trying to learn how to be even better. That's just something I always loved, even before I knew anything about bodybuilding competitions. To me, the competitions, that's just the icing on the cake. Like all that money, that when you have the financial backing, you can be the absolute best. And then there's some people who don't have that and they're still the best, so it just depends on, where you're at in the world of competing, because, every year is different. It's always going to be some new superstar emerging. But I'm like, I came out at the right time. I got my pro card, November of 2014, right? But I had told myself at the beginning of 2014 that I wanted to get my pro card. And I'm like, hey, this is what I'm going to do. In order to get my pro card, I need to win a national qualifier, and I need to win a national show. And that's exactly what I did. I did all my training myself. I had I had 2 weeks before the show, one of my friends who's a coach just look at me and tweak me just a little bit. And I went to nationals and I competed against 100 different girls. It's 100 people in my class, and I came in first place. I'm like, oh my God, I don't know what I'm doing. But I got a perfect score. And I'm like, when I think about it, I'm like, I paid my dues. I really, the job I had at the time, I quit. I'm like, this is what I have to invest myself in. And I made it happen. So I'm like, you can, if you can do that, you can do anything. You really can. It's just all about putting your mind to it.
It's all about focus.
Yes.
As I'm looking at one of the comments from Maxine Walker, and like she says, it's all mental.
It is. It hurts. You go through pain, like when your body, like you go through hormonal situations, you feel like crying. You like, I gotta eat ice with like lemon. You get hunger pains. It's just a whole lot of stuff. You feel alienated. You're like, oh, I'm at this birthday party. I can't eat any cake. I can't have any ribs. You're just salivating.
Even now, when you're not competing, it's even now when you're not competing, you don't like eat cake and ribs.
You know what? I try to follow like an 80-20 rule. So I'm like, I'm gonna eat well most of the time. I've had my moments where I'm like, I know for a fact I'm eating something bad every day, but I typically try not to eat like that. I'm just like, okay, I have my days where I'm like, 2 days out of the week, I'm gonna graze throughout the day eating something that is unhealthy. One of my favorite bad foods to eat would be garlic Parmesan wings from Wingstop. I'm gonna get 30 of them. I'm gonna get 6 ranches, and I'm gonna eat that. It's a lie. Sometimes I can be a little bit of a pig, but I'm like, this is what I want. I'll probably eat like 15 of them, or like, what do they call it? Those sour strings, something like that. Like those kind of really even hurt my teeth. But I'm like, okay, let me get just a little bit of it so I can taste it, because this is what I want. And then many times when I have it, I'm like, I shouldn't have even got this,
Yeah.
But I think you want to have a balance, right? I typically I'll do like 5 days, like Monday through Friday, eat vegetables, eat clean fruits, vegetables, no meat, over the weekend, I'm like, I'm gonna have steak, I'm gonna have salmon, I'm gonna have my avocados, some pecan pie, maybe the whole pecan pie, maybe a quart of cookies and cream. I get it out of my system and then just get back on track.
Okay.
But what a lot of people do, they eat bad like that every day. You're not supposed to eat like that every day because that's when you'll run into health problems. Just get a little taste, keep it moving.
Marcy, I'm going to ask you, strike a pose.
When it's pose, oh snap! Hey, let me let y'all know. The pictures that you've seen, I'm probably about 40 pounds heavier now. I am, maybe 45.
I just want to see some muscles. I want to see where I can be.
You see, they got a little.
Oh, girl. Oh, all right.
There we go. Let me show those. Show my chest muscles. There we go.
Oh my goodness gracious.
So, when I was lean, it was like razor sharp, but you can see that I still got it. Like right now, I weigh about 187 pounds. When I was competing, I was 145. I was 145 pounds. So I'm like, I was people would probably think from seeing the pictures that I was huge. You're not big like that. You look big in the pictures because you're lean, you have no body fat. I was at like 7% body fat. So that's like just bone and muscle. So everything's gonna look really high definition. Like it's just gonna look like the Hulk. That's what they call me actually, She-Hulk. You're just gonna look like this monster busting out veins and stuff everywhere. Cause you're just that lean. But where I'm at now, I got more fluff. And I'm happy with the fluff. I'm really content. Like I said, I don't have any issues when it comes to eating food or not eating food. I eat what I want when I want, but I'm always very responsible and I just try to be balanced.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you so much. I'm going to go to we have sponsors, and so I'm going to go to a quick commercial, and I'm going to bring all three back. And so if you have any questions, comments as to how you can build your muscles or how you can
build them
and trim and flexible from Pilates and all of that. Ooh, girl, please stop.
I got this glitter on me, so I'm like, oh, I got the light. Let me, take a little. Okay, I'm gonna stop playing.
Okay, so we'll be right back.
Thanks, Janice.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm so jealous. I don't know what to do. So we'll be right back after this. All right, we're all back. We're all back. And I know that everyone has been motivated, inspired, even me. And Mike, I just want you to know, I want those muscles.
Lies you tell.
Uh-oh.
Wait a minute, because he knows how I am. I'm going to complain and tell him he's working us too hard. And so let's see, we have a couple of questions here. So Carol Jones, and I think this is to Marcy, and I guess to everybody. How can I get started building muscles?
Okay, so if you want to start to build muscle, what you need to do is lift weights. For me, I recommend going to the gym and lifting weights, either free weights or like a machine, but get familiar with it. Like if you don't know how to use the machines, get somebody to show you or get a personal trainer if it's within your budget, because you want to make sure that when you're lifting correctly. You don't want to have any injuries, because if you lift incorrect, you'll put yourself in a position where you can't work out at all. And then that's counterproductive. But also when it comes to building muscle, you can do weight bearing exercises. So you don't have to necessarily go to the gym. You can use your body weight, like for example, a push up or doing like some wall sits, that can build up your thighs. There's lots of stuff on YouTube. Like if you don't know what to do, just go on YouTube, look up body weight exercises, right? And it'll give you a good idea of what you can do right at home, if you are not training because of the COVID. Like with me, I know a lot of gyms that are open, so I'm still going to the gym, but there are people who do not want to go to the gym. You can work out in the house using your own body weight, and still build muscle.
Okay.
Yep.
And we have
Can I piggyback on Marcy?
I was
just going to say that, Marcy. Pilates. Get your mat. That's all you need. You got your body weight. You got what you need. You have the equipment. So use the body that you have to get the body that you want. Absolutely. You'll be able to learn how to balance yourself using your own body weight so that you can understand how the mechanics of your body operates before, like Marcy said, you go to the gym and injure yourself. Learn how to lift your own body weight first. Then that way, that will be a compliment once you start adding different levels of resistance if you happen to go to the gym. And since we're on quarantine or sheltering in place, get a mat. Get you a good mat. Get to work. YouTube is a phenomenal resource. It is. It really is.
Yes.
And that was the question, Robin, that someone had asked on Facebook, was like, what, did you need any kind of particular equipment for Pilates? And
Jesus gave it to you. Jesus gave you everything. Pilates. That's it. You got it. You're born with it.
Okay. And Mike, someone wants to know, do you see, wait a minute, what does that say? Do you think that you'll be opening a gym anytime soon, or like after the pandemic, will you be reopening your gym?
I wonder who asked that question. I'm not for sure yet.
Okay.
I'm not for sure yet. I am getting rid of a lot of my weights. But I'm not for sure yet. And if I don't open my own gym, I will be probably still doing some personal training at other gyms.
Okay. All righty. And we only have a few minutes left. So I want each one of you to give our viewers one piece of advice that they can take with them. As far as now during the new normal, I'll say the new normal, and even afterwards, what's the best advice you could give them as far as really keeping physically fit?
Get out and move.
At least 30 minutes a day to take care of you because you're working.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. And Marcy?
I would say make a commitment to your commitment. So no matter what you do, whether it's working out at home or at the gym, just understand that's what you need to do and stay with it, because that's the only way you'll be able to see results. If you do it and continue to do it, that's, then you'll be able to measure results. Stay committed to your commitment to be better.
Okay.
All right. Jan, may I make one last statement, please?
Oh, of course.
Because you kept saying that senior citizens at the age of 50, what was I, 52? I won the Tri-State Amateur Powerlifting Competition for the Tri-State area.
Nice.
I'm much older than 52 now. Okay, but that just lets you know you're never too old. You never get too old to do.
Okay. All righty. Well, I am inspired and motivated. Now, I don't know if I'll become a bodybuilder. Someone did say here, oh, Marcy, what happened? Oh, that's her internet. Oh my God. You know, she's been having difficulties with her internet feed. Um, well, that's what Sarah Crawley, who has started working out with us, she says, remember when you met Mike, you told him you wanted to be a professional bodybuilder. I don't remember that, Sarah.
You did.
I never said anything like that. But as I said, and I hope that my viewers, that all of you out there will take this advice, that you remain physically fit, because I think it also helps you as far as fighting off. I know the flu season is coming, and so it'll help you to fight
Come
off.
on now.
Marcy, you're back.
You're back.
To fight off infections.
Yeah, my computer died. Sorry.
Yeah, I know you kind of before it was a little something was up. Like I said, you know what been happening? So many people are now on the internet, they're on Facebook, they're on Zoom. You have these technical issues and technical difficulties. But what I want to do is I want to thank everyone, all three of you, for coming on the show this evening. And I want to encourage everyone to go to Coach Robin Renee's Facebook site and Marcy Simmons' Facebook site.
Yes.
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 Yeah. We're still trying to get Mike to do his Facebook. But get in contact with me and I will let you know when Mike is going to, if and when he's going to open his gym again. And just I thank everyone. I thank all my viewers for listening in, and listening. Some are listening and some are viewing. And I want to say to you, keep physically fit. Keep working out if you can. Just maintain your good health as far as nutrition is concerned, as far as your skin is concerned, as far as your physical fitness is concerned, because God gave you this body. It's your temple, and you are supposed to take care of it. If you want to get in contact with me, if you'd like to be a sponsor for the show, if you will know more information about relationship matters, my email is janfornow125@gmail.com. I want to say bye, good night, have a beautifully blessed rest of your day or rest of your evening, wherever you are in the world. And thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye, Marcy.
Bye-bye.
Mike 78.
See you guys.
Maxine and I will see you.
Yep.
All right.
Okay. Bye now.
Bye.